Alright, chat. Let's fucking do this. I'm using Donna's mic, so if I'm too low, let me know. Because I have no idea. Alright. I think we're ready.
After running more diagnostics on the active Praetor suit, it appears that I can accelerate the upgrading of your arsenal by measuring your
Might just have to get all up in the mic.
I have added a tracker to your helmet's display.
Or I could just use my mic. It requires
access to the turbine room unless the demonic threat level is
moving the
brought down
microphone over here and the dogs will get all up on it.
The security systems cannot be overridden.
Might be what has to happen. A little low. Alright. Una momento. How about now? Should be better. It's my regular mic. Okay. Groovy. Beer time. Alright, so as a, I guess just as a friendly reminder, I will not, absolutely not, give any spoilers, and I will not allow people to give spoilers, so... Opinions are fine. No spoilers. So, you know, did you think Endgame was good? Did you think it was bad? But let's leave it at that. Like, nothing beyond that. The last thing I want is someone to come into the stream to watch some Doom and then end up getting what I felt was an amazing cinematic experience ruined for them, you know, just from a slip of the tongue. So keep that shit on lock. All right, what the fuck am I doing? Looks like to the left. Okay. Let's see what weapons we are working on tonight. Kills in 5 seconds. Okay. 3 or more demons with a siege mode beam 10 times. Okay. Fucking Superman, yeah. I am obviously not accustomed to being in control of chat, so be patient with me as I try to remember to look down to talk with you guys. Donna's been working her ass off the last 2 weeks and really just needed a breather. So I was happy to oblige. Although we'll see how I feel, you know, after I've been on camera for a while. Did they just jump to their deaths? I feel like maybe they shouldn't have done that. How many were there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, shit. Good call. Thank you. Doy. See, this is what happens when my better half is not around. I'm gonna forget to do shit. So, thank you. Line 'em up.
Detected. Access denied.
Yeah, the only spoiler I will allow is letting everyone know that everyone in game, all of their mothers, that are all named Martha. I think that's pretty obvious, though. Yeah, no, the Star Wars trailer got a big reaction out of our group too, but you know, the Pikachu movie probably got a little bit more of one. But I think that's probably only because, you know, no one expected Detective Pikachu to be worth a damn, and it's clearly going to be a fantastic fucking movie. there's a whole area that I... No, I got that. Did I? Did I not? I feel like I did. That's different. I don't remember the first time that I cried in a movie, but I can tell you that the emotional impact that I experienced last night in Endgame was very, very new for me. Fairly stoic. Call it, toxic masculinity. Call it introverted nature. Whatever. But I struggle with displaying emotions, I guess. I did not have that problem last night, and it was cathartic. And as Donna mentions, I hurt her. I squeezed her hand so bad, like you would think that I was giving birth. I was not giving birth, though. Instead, I was enjoying a fantastic movie. If it looks like I'm running around like I don't know what I'm doing, it's because I barely know what I'm doing. Because I'm trying to unlock secrets. I've got my laptop, oh wait, I need to begin here again. I've got my laptop ready to go to, help us out, but, we'll lean on that as needed.
Access granted. Gas leak stopped.
Data up there. He's not the only one. My nails look awful right now. I've been lazy this week.
Warning. Core temperature rising.
Did you do a color, or you just go with clear coat, or? Ooh, nice. Like her portrait, or just like her style? Oh wow, that's amazing. I don't think we have any place like that here in our podunk ass little town. I mean, we can get some decent like shellac or French tips, but that's about as fancy as it's gonna get. Last time I had shellac done was for my birthday last year, I think. Oop, shit. Not enough bad guys for that challenge. Oh well. Got weirdo issues about people touching me, so I do everything less. Yeah, no, I get that. You know, I guess part of being introverted and then part of being me, it gets a little weird going to get my nails done sometimes. The people in the salon are generally, you know, polite about it, but you know, always gets a little weird. You know, nothing beats just trying to, I guess, trying to get it done, get over it, whatever, and to have other clients come in and then just be like, give me the twice over look and then like fucking skedaddle. But you know, a lot of that comes down to the area that we're in. Crap.
Demonic threat reduced by 25%.
Filled out your UAC accidental death and dismemberment form yet? See Jessica in Human Resources for assistance.
Do you cut your own hair?
Your devotion to the UAC's mission on Mars is the foundation to our success. With you, we will establish a new paradigm and move humanity into the future. Have you filled out your UAC accidental death and dismemberment form yet?
Oh, nice. I can't ever decide what I'm doing with my hair. Like, the last several years I've had an on again, off again kind of brush to the side, straight undercut. But I recently just like was like, fuck it, I'm not doing anything with it. Like I can't ever seem to bring myself to like style it in any way, shape, or form. So I was like, I'm just cutting it, and I'll just fucking do the lazy guy, like messy hair look. Figure it's androgynous enough to still not come off as like overtly masculine or anything. Hey, some people can pull off that look. Obviously, you know, it's associated with something a little less appealing, but, you know, so are undercuts. I think they were, like, some versions of undercuts were the Hitler Youth look, I think. So that was, I didn't know that, and that was a little, like, it kind of threw me back, and I was like, well, do I want to keep this look, or...
Core temperature rising. Demonic threat reduced by 50%.
Ska. Hey, I won't say anything about ska. I attempted ska back in the 90s with some Mighty Mighty Boss Stones. I think that's really about as far as I got, though. I enjoyed the concept of it. I enjoyed some of it, but I guess it just, you know, didn't pan out or whatever. Shiny. So me and Donna were talking earlier, and I think we've decided to go for a second viewing of Endgame, just because like
Always watching.
that movie feels like it definitely deserves, you know, a second viewing in theaters. And we were trying to remember the last movie we went to that like we had to see twice in theaters, and like we think, not positive, but we think it might have been Guardians 2 or Ragnarok. And before that, Force Awakens. So, you know, nothing terribly recent. And with everything that's coming out in May, like, it's kind of a big deal to, you know, spend that money on a second viewing, because you know, that could be Pikachu money, could be anything. Still missing 2 secrets. I've got to perform death from above glory kills and kill 3 possessed with an explosive barrel. I got my work cut out for me. I'm not gonna lie. 14 times? That's fucking incredible. I think we watched it probably 4 or 5 times. Hard to remember. That was a little bit better financial time for us than the last couple of years. Yeah, no, the prequels and the re-releases of the original trilogy, I probably saw a minimum of 5 times each. Because, I mean, how can you not? Obviously, I didn't get to see the originals, like, upon release, a little bit before me, but I got to catch them on re-release, and that was... I like to think that it was equally as epic. Just because at that point, obviously, it had, like, an entire, like, I don't know, like, culture around it, a mythos, even. It was larger than life. It was a totally different movie-going experience. You know, I feel like midnight crowds are a bit different today than they were, you know, 15 years ago, which is sad in a way, but at the same time, I don't know, kind of expected.
Accidental death in dismemberment form yet? See Jessica in Human Resources for assistance.
Yeah, Phantom Menace I probably saw 3 or 4 times opening weekend, so definitely the weaker of the prequels, but I mean, everybody loved it when it first came out. I don't know anybody that hated it until they, you know, revisited it like a year later, or had time to think about it, and then they're like, well... But I think a lot of that fell on Liam Neeson and Darth Maul, so Qui-Gon Jinn and Darth Maul. I think they really, you know, I think they held everyone's interest for a large majority of people. Where are we going? And yeah, the kaiju, the pod race. Obviously, a little less love now, but like then, amazing. Yes, me and Donna actually met. I mean, we knew of each other, but hadn't really hung out in any like real way, shape, or form until the line for Attack of the Clones. So Star Wars is a huge fucking thing for us, you know, as a couple and as nerds. And then for Revenge of the Sith, we camped, like literally camped. Got a fucking, you know, 2-person tent and camped out in the parking lot. My parents watched the kids, and it was an awful night in the parking lot. And then the next day was terrible because, you know, it was like 20 degrees at night, but it was fucking 90 degrees in the day. So like we're in this tent like just melting for 20 hours until midnight when the first showing started. So we were first in line, and that was, you know, of course, back before pre-sales or anything. So that was an epic memory, but an absolute fucking shit show.
Demonic threat
Yeah.
reduced
Yeah,
by
we got interviewed.
75%.
We got interviewed when we camped out. And I say we, I mean Donna got interviewed while I literally pretended to take a nap under my wide-brimmed hat because I had no interest in that shit. And apparently an umbrella. I went and did that secret last time, so no reason to redo it. But that still leaves the question as to where the fuck am I supposed to get this other shit? Like, look, this whole fucking area. I got an awesome, like, positively awesome fucking custom built saber for... I want to say I got it for Force Awakens, but it might have been for Return of the Jedi, in which case I'm sad about that now, but whatever. But the fucking theater banned quote-unquote weapons and Sith masks, so like all of my hard planned ideas like right down the fucking drain. Yeah, probably.
Demonic presence reduced to minimum safe levels. Lockdown disengaged. Turbine room doors now open.
this that I haven't unlocked? I am all gothy. See, Donna was leading you guys on. She said that I was no longer a goth. It's purple, actually, but the chroma key is weird on the webcam. Like, the best I could get it was actually a really nice looking blue, but that's not what color it is. So
Stay focused. Stay committed. it's clearly a lever or something that I can press to open sesame, motherfucker. Where is it? Ahaha. Fuck. Pull it, motherfucker. Oh yeah. I forgot the classic maps had the old music in them too.
Doom's music has always had some funk to it. It's funky fresh.
Warning. Core temperature reaching critical levels.
We need 3 of them to group up. Quit jumping around. No, missed. Alright. Not really sure how that huge AoE didn't hit anybody, but sure, we'll go with it. Crap. I should stop getting cocky.
The core temperature is now stabilized.
Core temperature, blah, blah, blah.
The primary control room has been activated somewhere nearby. It could be Olivia.
Purge, don't purge.
Authorization, Olivia Pierce. Alpha 402.
She has locked me out, Dr. Hayden.
Fault power reloaded to Argent Energy Tower.
She is trying to tear open the portal between our world and theirs.
You could not have saved them anyway.
Needlessly dramatic. Let me move my fucking controls. Hey, baby.
The system won't allow anyone at Olivia to override it now. We will have to shut down the Argent Tower manually from the surface.
Alright, so this is the end of the map. I'm still missing one secret. The only things on the map are those two armor nuggets, but I've already been to both of them. And I can't go back. Well, fuck. We'll come back to this one. Moving on. See, the death from above challenges are kind of a fucking pain in the ass. Ugh. Alright, let's do this. Got a guard to find, got a drone to find, some random secrets to find. Try to get some death from above kills on the Hell Knights, which are those big bastards with the bald heads. So, not very likely. Not without a jump pad. Or at least get some elevation. This is Argent facility.
Olivia is using the tower to drill a doorway into their world. You can prevent her from opening the gate by
I've got the rune trials on this one. Looks like there's the elite guard that I'm missing. And there's the field drone. Way the fuck over there.
Disabling the tower induction filters.
Untethered cross-dimensional activity is a frequent occurrence outside of the base, so it is recommended that workers plan a journey onto the Martian surface.
Whoops. This is the fun room. Idiot. You get down here. So I can stomp. And he died. You can't stomp on them if they're fucking dead. This one to the left. Oh shit, how did I miss this before? Come on. Yeah, exactly. All I want him to do is just stand still so I can kill him from above. I mean, is that so much to ask? I don't feel like it is. Kill 5 Hell Knights with precision bolt headshot. That's something that I'll have to do. Ooh. Come on. Doom guy to my left and above me.
We're only temporarily disabling the tower. You need to remove each lens individually. Carefully release the hinges.
Warning. Energy contamination detected.
Destroying the production of Argent energy isn't necessary.
trick here is to find a way up there. But that looks like it happens naturally way over there. So, fuck it.
Demonic breach detected.
You know, it says remote detonation. Sure as fuck isn't doing remote detonation. Motherfucker. I heard one. I don't see one. Aha. Got face punched. Okay. What? Okay.
Must stop. The hell energy is unusable without the filters.
Warning. Energy contamination detected.
Nope, I hate those people. Right. Dude, weak. Hey,
is
Blue.
more valuable than you can possibly imagine. It is a perfect and unlimited energy resource.
You know, to be perfectly honest, I picked at somewhat random tonight to be on camera because I assumed no one would be joining us because I assumed everyone would be seeing in-game. But I feel like most people probably saw it last night already. And again, for anybody who wasn't here when I said it earlier, no spoilers. None. I will fucking ban you. I don't care how much I like you. I will ban you. No spoilers. Feel free to say if it was good or bad, but let's leave it at that. Like, I'm okay with opinions. Some people aren't, but this isn't some people's channel. This is my channel. So I'm okay with opinions. I'm not okay with spoilers. Can confirm James Bond does die at the end, and his mother's name was also Martha. Yeah, no, Blue, you are protected here. I swear to God, if someone ruins it for you, I will shit a brick. Like, an entire brick. No half-ass bricks here. Oh, he lived. Yeah, you are also in safe territory, Jeff. As a, like, avid... Oh, yeah, see, I do care about spoilers. I don't feel... I don't really want to say that. Like, for some people, you know, no matter how big or small the spoiler is, it would ruin it for them. And then for other people, that just, you know, it doesn't matter at all. Like, period. I am not one of those people. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, that was dumb. Yeah, we caught it at 9 o'clock locally with the kids. All four of us went. It was We really enjoyed it. Thoroughly, thoroughly enjoyed it. I don't even know where I am now. Come on.
Warning. Energy contamination at critical levels.
You like the hair? I feel like it's a lazy cop out. Kara and I were discussing hair and its problematic nature earlier.
And safe, we solved an energy crisis the world had no answer for. It works. You cannot do this.
I imagine that she will write about it, but I think at the moment she has not yet. She is being pulled in so many directions on Game of Thrones. Like, she's probably got, which is great. I mean, it's a good problem to have, but it's just draining for her. She's been hit up by so many fucking different venues and whatnot for Game of Thrones stuff, because I mean, you know, Game of Thrones and Star Wars are her two like real big. I mean, she's mega super nerd. You know, Marvel stuff definitely right there, but
Remember, the 12th Council of Nine is always watching you.
oh, we won't stream. Oh, you mean like when Game of Thrones first started? I mean, like, we'll trust me, if you ask Donna, like tomorrow, if you're in here with us or whatever when we're doing We Happy Few, if you mention Game of Thrones, she'll just inadvertently end up on a huge tangent. Like, she knows shit. Like, I would be surprised if she probably knew shit about Martin's lore that he's forgotten. I'm not super sure how to. It's like on the other side of this wall, but it's beneath us. So you would think down here, like on the rafter or something. They're fucking aha. Noise. Oh yeah, no, that's her jam. I like to consider myself a jack of all trades when it comes to like nerd lore and whatnot. So like I have a lot of information about a lot of things, but I don't have complete information about like one specific thing. So it you know, comes in handy. It's nice. I'm not gonna complain. But for like in-depth precision lore dives, yeah, Donna's just an absolute monster. Yeah, I have an approximate knowledge of many things. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I mean, forgetting stuff between seasons, I struggle with that because I don't absorb content the same way that I think some people do. We're not sure if I have like dyslexia, or I don't really want to call it like a learning disability or anything, because I don't necessarily think that that's true. It might be. I don't want to lay claim to that because I've not been diagnosed with it, and I don't want to take that away from, you know, I don't want to try and, I guess, walk that path like that other people have struggled with. It seems like, I don't know, dirty if I'm not actually struggling with that. But I've got something where I don't read the same way, I don't watch shows the same way. I generally have to view it multiple times to like really pick up on like finite stuff. Like I attach to certain things. I follow story and plot and all that just fine. Like I have no issue there. Like shows like Westworld, I understand, you know, what they're doing, what they're going for, blah blah blah. It's just I guess the finer stuff. Maybe it's ADHD. I'm not really sure what it is, but it keeps me at somewhat of a disadvantage in deep lore dive conversations with Donna. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, my brain is. So I run a 6-site. Me and one other guy. I'm the number 2, so he's my lead. But we run a 6-site medical practice that is on. You could either consider it on the larger scale of a small business or on the smaller scale of a medium-sized business as far as IT is concerned, you know, like user-wise. So, and we do everything, like fucking everything. We do security, we do the key scan, the cameras, all the logs for that shit, all the audio videos, everything, like including the overhead music and pager system. We do, you know, VoIP phones, all in-house, email server, all in-house, not Exchange. We're using a IMAP-based IMAP-based email service through 40mail. Yeah, so it's a lot to keep track of because we don't exactly have the proper funding to do it what I and Microsoft would consider best practice all the time. So that can be a little bit of a pisser. But yeah, so yeah, a lot of my memory and brain power are tied up with job-related crap. So I totally get it. Yeah, her brain is just a complete mystery to me. Like, you know, she was a big fan of school growing up. I've never understood people that got into school. Just not my thing. No offense to anybody who was. It's just not my thing. You know, she can retain information through reading and lessons and whatnot. I've never been able to. I learned through doing and repetition, which is very handy in IT because, you know, we definitely run into like the oddball problem where it takes a lot of time, effort, energy, and mind power to like figure it out, troubleshoot it, diagnose it, etc. But for the large part of our job, it's pretty cut and dry monotony and repetition. you. Motherfucker, he killed me again. God damn it. You sly dogs. You got me monologuing. Drive safe. You know, I've always wanted to try to learn like cars or bikes. Like I have what I would consider a functional understanding. So like I'm pretty good at figuring out what's wrong with my car. Just because I guess since I'm IT, since I'm logic brained or whatever, like I have a general approximation of how things, you know, go from A to B to C, so I'm able to determine, you know, what's fucking up where. But as far as like I couldn't tell you anything about like horsepower or like, I mean, I barely know what type of oil I fucking need. So. When do you start the new job? Oh, do you have a bike? Man, I've always wanted a bike. Donna won't let me have one. Which I realize sounds stupid, but, you know. If your spouse says no to something and they have a general concern about your well-being, it's hard to argue against it, so... As much as I would like one, I'm not going to... That's not a hill that I'm willing to die on, I guess. Dude, I don't know that there is a town that doesn't have bad drivers. Like, I think it's just the norm. It's nice, man. Well, congrats on the new job, at least. Like, I hope it works out and everything. But if you're, you know, holding out for a science job, then I hope one comes along. Yo, Epic, what's up? Man, I'm not really big on biking, like actual like that type of biking. But I would love to live somewhere that I had like walkability, so I can get that. Like, I mean, I assume by like sustainable transportation, you're talking more of like a, you know, public transport and or more like green, like eco-friendly type of transport. Yeah, yeah, I hear you. Like, I'm not super eco-conscious. Like, I try not to do anything adverse You know, like I recycle. I go out of my way to make sure that I recycle, like literally, like we probably recycle 90% of, you know, the garbage in the house or whatever. I would definitely have an electric car, you know, if it was in the budget, things like that. But I also, I don't know. I guess I guess I don't go too far out of my. I guess it's whatever's comfortable. I take the lazy approach to it, which is probably not necessarily the greatest approach considering, you know, the state of the world. But at least I'm not pretending like it's not happening, and you know I can shit in the river and not expect bad things to happen. No, no, no. Yeah, I'm big on looking for bikers. Like, terrified that. All right, so like, I love driving. Like, it is a passion of mine. There's just something very comforting about driving in general. Like the open road, preferably like blue sky, window down, like the whole nine. You know, it's my jam. I love it. So the idea that I could ruin that for myself and for someone else by hitting them definitely keeps me on my toes to make sure I don't do that. Which I realize is kind of a selfish approach to not hitting bikers, but yeah, that no shame. I'm a selfish, self-centered jackass. But at least I'm a selfish, self-centered jackass in the way that keeps me from harming others, you know, purposefully or accidentally. Like I'm a cautious individual. I don't want to go to jail, and I don't want to hurt anybody. Oh yeah, no, the mini Doom guys are awesome. There's one. I think I've probably already picked it up. Like you do the fist bump and then the Baymax. It's cute. I would totally have all these motherfuckers. I'm pretty sure Pop probably put out several of them, but I'm not positive. All right, we're missing one secret. And I'm guessing it's lever, because I haven't found the secret room. Sorry, I'm looking. Yeah, it's over there. Jesus. Alright. Got a little ways to backtrack. It's okay. It's alright. Let's do this. Should be earning where the key card was. Here-ish, maybe? Down a bit, I think. Maybe somewhere down here. you guys happen to notice a lever to be pulled, let me know. But they're generally pretty hard to spot, so I can't imagine that you guys would catch it. But if you do, please yell at me. The map that I'm looking at kind of suggests that it's like, I found it. Pull the motherfucker. Damn. Yay. I can't wait to have all the old maps unlocked, because we are totally going to play through the original Doom. You better believe it. Oh man, you missed it. Well, you might have been in here, I don't know. On the last map that we played, I found the old Doom map, and it had the actual old original soundtrack going. It was fucking awesome. Alright, we don't need to finish the map. I've got all the secrets, all the runes, all the guards, all the cells, and all the trials and drones. And I'll just have to play back through to get the 2 Death from Above glory. I feel like I'm gonna have to do the fucking Death from Above glory kills on like every fucking map, and those are gonna be just a real pain in my ass. Need to get to a stage that lets us get some more rune trials, so that way I can equip a 3rd rune on my armor. We just did the foundry, so oh my god, I missed like every fucking thing on this map. Holy shit. Alright, start the map. We're gonna take a quick break so I can go get another beer and run to the little Jay's room and then we'll do this map and then see how we feel. Might call it after this, don't know. I'm enjoying playing. I miss my wife streaming with me. I feel like the banter kept things going. Not that I don't love talking to you guys. It's just more difficult, if that makes sense. Because, you know, I'm playing and I'm looking down to read the chat. I'm trying to respond while I'm playing. Usually she runs it, and she runs it so well, and she's just way better suited to be the quote-unquote face. So yeah, so load the map, take a quick break, go do whatever you need to do vice-wise, and then let's get to unlocking some motherfucking shit.
Primary access points to the tower were destroyed in the explosion. The pipeline is damaged but still intact.
Alright.
There are thrust boots in the maintenance hangar. You can use them to traverse the pipeline.
We are back. No. I am not going to give my wife shit. And that was actually my excuse. I was the one that typed up that message on Twitter. 9 out of 10 times it's me that runs that account. Because that was my foray into Twitter. And then it just kind of became a joint account for Twitch purposes. And she is technically working. It's just hard to discern when she's working because she's always on Twitter. So, for those of you who didn't realize, not only is tonight obviously Jay on camera, but it's also an AMA night. I had the tag on there, but I don't think anybody actually looks at the tags. So AMA, Ask Me Anything. Let's keep it R rated or under, not above. So no X rated shit. So if you can word an X rated question in an R rated fashion, I will probably answer it. I'm not very shy about that kind of shit. But yeah, so AMA, since I'm terrible at coming up with things to talk about, that's more Donna's bit. AMA gives me an opportunity to let you guys kind of run the conversation a little bit, and that way I can answer and rant a little bit while I fumble around in the dark trying to figure out where all these secrets are. So yeah, hit me up, ask me shit. Let's do this. Well, someone's got to put in the thinking, and I can't. I'm drinking and playing Doom and finding secrets. I'm taxed here. And I'm on camera. You have no idea. He exploded. Most hated pizza topping. I'm gonna have to go with anchovies, which seems like an obvious one. I actually don't like green toppings on my pizza, so green peppers, I don't care for them. Spinach pizza I actually don't mind, so I guess not all green toppings, but yeah, I really hate anchovies. They're fucking terrible. Too easy a question. Come on. You got this. I believe in you. Headshots with a charge shot. Okay, easy enough. Lol. His head clearly was blown off. That was it.
Demonic presence eliminated. Lockdown disengaged.
Completed in 2127 based on
I know some people are like big anti-pineapple pizza, and I actually am also to a point. I won't pay for pineapple pizza, but I did recently have to take up a second job delivering pizzas for about 6 months to make ends meet, you know, hit rough times, blah, blah, blah. So I worked for Papa John's, which is a total fucking shit show. But I got free pizza, and you know, one of the pizzas that we would get semi-regularly was Hawaiian, so you know, ham and pineapple. And honestly, pretty fucking good. Like, I don't like pineapple right out of the oven. Like, it's too hot. It just, I don't know, the consistency is weird. There's some good specialty pizzas at Papa John's, but yes, for the most part, it's garbage pizza. What was your other question? If your family was a band, who would play what and what genre? Oh man, no, it would never happen. We'd kill each other. There's no fucking way. I have illusions of grandeur when it comes to music, so I like to think of myself as being the front man, front person, whatever, but my vocals are shit, so that would never fucking happen. I do play drums casually. I'm not good at it. We're talking beginner level, you know, status. So I would probably, out of the family, I would probably be the drummer. And then my other grand illusion of seeing myself in a band would definitely be, you know, on strings, like guitar, bass, doesn't matter, either one. Because most of my formative years, my hair was long enough to go just below the lower part of my back. Like, literally, I had ass length hair. Yeah, you get Jay songs off camera because I am an idiot, have difficulty communicating with people, and often reference things that no one really picks up on, and sometimes that comes across in song. In really bad, out of tune song. No shame though. It's off camera.
Argent energy. Give yourself to the cause.
Donna would be vocals though. She's got a nice voice. Shut up, woman. I'm complimenting you. What? Oh, yeah, I guess the girl, our daughter, could also do vocals. My son is not musically inclined, so I would put him on, like, guitar or triangle. that was Donna's suggestion. And as far as genre, it would be total horseshit. That's the genre. Total fucking horseshit. We don't share music taste in this house at all. It's actually a little bit of a point of contention. Music is a huge part of who I am. Even though I suck at actually being musical. And so I get a little elitist about music. Donna's a bit, I'm gonna die, a bit more mainstream when it comes to music, which there's nothing wrong with per se, except for I loathe modern day country and especially pop music, and because they're kind of one and the same now. To clarify, she hates bro country, but you know, it's not my jams, and my jams are 99% of the time not her jams. We have a few songs that bridge the gap, but yeah, and then I don't know, does the girl listen to really anything that you do? Like the occasional pop stuff, but she's kind of... Yeah, the girl listens to random ass Gen Z music, so like she's very pop culture oriented. So if it's popular, or even if it's not popular in the traditional sense, but popular in like the, you know, subculture or whatever online, then she's into it. And then the boy mostly listens to like speed metal based off of video game soundtracks, which is great. It's just, you know, not really something that I would think that you would listen to full time, but So yeah, we're a very musically diverse family, big time. You don't understand people who can stand the top 40. I do understand them. I do understand them. I personally do not join them in that. That's not my music, but I do understand it. Like, there's and what I'm going to say is going to sound condescending, but I don't mean it as such. There's a simplicity to pop music, which is usually, you know, the top 40 stuff. That's very soothing, comforting, familiar. You know, it's just it's easygoing. You don't have to put a lot of thought into it. It's home. You know, you're listening to something that feels like home. Donna's saying it's repeat stuff from Weird Al, if anybody's, you know, familiar. Oh, not Weird Al, Bo Burnham. Sorry. So I get it. I don't, like I said, I don't join them in that, but I get it. Stop running around, jackass. All right. See, my controller was going nuts, acting like there was a secret, but it's talking about way up there. Way up there. Okay. Yeah, me, I'm more into rock, I guess progressive rock, soft rock, alternative rock. I will listen to older country, like Patsy Cline, Dolly Parton sometimes, Johnny Cash, of course, would be my, you know, my go-to. I'm very much a 90s music goer, so Tool, Nine Inch Nails, Perfect Circle, Radiohead, Rammstein, Foo Fighters, Nirvana. Biggin. See, I've never got to see Foo Fighters live. They're on my list. But like honestly, it's kind of hard. One, from where we live, it's hard to get a good show. You know, they happen. They're just usually once a year kind of things. And if I can only see something once a year, it's gonna be Nine Inch Nails if they're in the area, like hands down. Yeah, they go everywhere. Like Foo Fighters isn't scared to isn't scared to play anywhere. Like, gotta respect that. Oh man, that would have been great. Yeah, I didn't see them together. I probably saw Nine Inch Nails that year, but I didn't see them together with Soundgarden. That would have been epic. Honestly, my favorite show was my first show of Nine Inch Nails, and I didn't appreciate it as much as I should have. I love Nine Inch Nails, but here's the thing: is that they had Queens of the Stone Age open for them, and I don't know how I didn't list them in the bands that I listened to. Queens of the Stone Age is huge for me, and they had Queens open for them, and it was fucking epic. But I didn't know that they were opening for Nine Inch Nails. So like my body wasn't ready, I guess, and so I was jamming along to the music, but I mean like I didn't get up out of my chair because I actually prefer to sit for the shows. Like I don't like being on the floor because I want to listen to the music. I know that sounds really just old of me or whatever, but I don't care. But yeah, I really wish that I had given more of myself to listening to Queens of the Stone Age, because that was the one and only time I've seen them live, and they put on an epic fucking show, and I just I just didn't appreciate it as much as I should have or could have. Like, I'll stand, I probably can't do like I would normally. I'll stand and headbang and shout lyrics, etc., etc. But I usually leave concerts half deaf with a crick in my neck, needing to take Advil, really just dying a little bit on the inside. Yeah, Donna didn't even make it to the end last time. We went and saw Perfect Circle live, which was my second time seeing him. It was a milestone kind of thing, because I mean, like, they don't tour fucking often at all. But she can't do the loud music. This is good. This is good. Let's keep it going. AMA, question me. I got answers. Probably. Unless it's a math question. And then you're on your fucking own.
The patented Argent Energy Filtration System developed by Dr. Olivia Pierce. We are the only corporation with this technology, able to convert pure hell energy into clean, controllable Argent energy. It powers this facility and is broadcast throughout the universe from Argent Tower, providing all the energy a family needs to live a fun and productive life on Earth and the surrounding colonies. But we can't do it alone. It takes a team to make it happen. A team of people full of energy. Potential energy. Thank you for your interest in Argent Energy.
have I done anything for the first time recently? Yes. And that could be taken a lot of different ways, but this is one that I can't answer X-rated or R-rated. Most recently, first time ever, and this is a non-spoiler and is related to Endgame. I yelled in the theater. I've never done that before. I am a painfully quiet person in general, especially in movie theaters. One, I used to manage one. Two, I'm just a huge stickler for like everyone shutting the fuck up and getting off their phones, etc. Like because people are paying for that shit. Jesus Christ, me and Donna went to Broadway for our anniversary 10 years ago because she was covering New York Comic Con, so I got us tickets to, was it Wicked? Yeah, it was Wicked. And motherfuckers were on their fucking phones. Like, I spent a literal fortune on these tickets, and there were people literally on their fucking phones on Broadway. It was insane. So yeah, I hugely against that. Massively fucking against it. So yeah, me shouting in theaters was a big first for me, but it was a once in a lifetime moment. Like, there was no other way to, I guess, express myself. And for anybody who's seen Endgame, I think you all know what, at what point that I'm talking about, but let's leave it at that. Yeah, I don't know if you're not like into Marvel or just like, it's low on your list, but as I said on Twitter, and I'll say it again here, non-spoiler, it was probably the single greatest cinematic experience of my life. Like, I'm not saying that it was the best movie of my life. It was good. I enjoyed it. The overall movie, the things that it encompassed, the feelings that it stirred up, the this, that, the other, it was the single greatest cinematic experience of my life. It was huge for me in a lot of ways. Yeah, I can see that. I was never a really big. I was never a super big Whedon fan, but oddly enough, the dialogue, is what drew me in. Like, that's his whole shtick, and it really stuck throughout the MCU stuff since he did the first Avengers and the second one. But yeah, that the witty banter does it for me. I mean, obviously, I would like to think that me and Donna have pretty Whedon levels of witty banter. Yeah. No? Okay. Apparently I'm alone in that thought. You and I have... Bitch. She's just being an ass. You and I have Whedon banter. Oh yeah, now she's like somewhat in agreement. She just wants to see me sweat on camera.
The joke is we're doing it right now, dumbass.
Oh, she says the joke is we're doing it right now. Well, then that means that I'm the ignorant, party. There's always the ignorant party in the Whedon banter. So I'm entertaining, damn it. Yeah, Infinity War was epic, and definitely you know, didn't end in a happy place, and I felt like it was something that really hadn't been done before, you know, not in the same way, I guess. This, I feel, was different. You have to get up. I don't know that. Yeah, I don't think so. Are you serious? That's fucking awful. Did you just like run into a spoiler online, or did someone just like do a you know, Snape kills Dumbledore drive-by or something? Don't spoil it for anybody in here, please. But I am curious to see how it got spoiled for you, because that's terrible. No, I appreciate that. Thank you. What? Someone already had like a GIF? Someone must have like snuck some footage out from a screening or something. That's terrible. I'm sorry. That sucks. Hope it wasn't like a super, you know, super big spoiler. Yeah, well, I mean, I guess that's, you know, that's good. At least it wasn't like a complete like moment ruiner for you. Sorry if I look like I've got angry face, it's because this puzzle's getting the better of me at the moment. Did I miss it? Like that's what the one that I'm trying to get back to. Like, is it only obtainable through the other side? No, I should be able to get to it from here. I just gotta go. I think this is the one you were talking about. I hope. Unless I missed another one. Okay, I got it then. Memorable road trip. Like most stupid 18-year-olds, I lived with a group of guys, and we were lazy drunks who had no money, but enough money to constantly get into trouble. And so for my 18th birthday, we took off to Cedar Point. And for us, it was like a 9-hour drive both ways. So it was a one-day trip. Like, we had enough money to cover park tickets and like the cheapest food imaginable and the cheapest hotel possible. So for, let's see, I think there were 4 or 5 of us that went, and we stayed in what we affectionately call the Dead Hooker Inn. Because literally, like, we pull up to this place, and the sign says, "You drove past here, why not stay here?" So immediately, that should be a red fucking flag. That's not something you put on a motel, hotel sign, but whatever. So we get there. There's, you know, the horror movie blinking lights outside of rooms to signify, you know, that, you know, it's open for business in that room. and there was shag carpeting everywhere, like blood red shag carpeting. The bathroom was 1970s green, like everything, the sink, the toilet, the tub, like all of it. Yeah, exactly, to cover up the blood. So that trip was awesome. I drove both ways alone. Nobody helped me drive, so that sucked. But again, I said that I do like driving, so I guess I get what I deserve for mentioning that to people. So we get there, and the guys have gone in together and gotten a fifth of Blanton's for me, which was and is my favorite bourbon, and then they got themselves some Crown Royal or something. I don't remember. So we're drinking, and we're having shitty fast food just to have some level of food in our system. And most of them pass out on top of the covers because there's no sleeping in that bed. And it was one bed. It was one king for 5 dudes, and I would say that my friends were not homophobic, but we definitely were in that 90s era of toxic masculinity and ignorant homophobia. Obviously, times have changed. Well, with what I got going on and everything, but so we were okay with sleeping in the bed together, but had to be clothed, whatever. So they all passed out. I kept drinking, and Godfather Part 1 was on, and I had never seen Godfather. And then we had HBO in this shit-ass motel room, whatever you want to call it. So no commercials that I had to deal with. So I got to watch Godfather on my 18th birthday for the very first time, and I fucking loved it. Like, it was great. No regret having to stay up, all night. It was epic. And then the next day we went to Cedar Point, and they had just opened up the Millennium Force. And if you know anything about coasters or theme parks, that is Mecca for theme park enthusiasts. And Millennium Force is rated one of, if not the best coasters still to this day, all these years later. And it was so good. We waited 4.5 hours in line to get to the front of the line. And it was so fucking good. I literally cried. Not like sobbing or anything, but like literal tears streaming down my face type of cry. So yeah, that was my most memorable road trip. 18th birthday. No crashes, no scary accidents, nothing like that. Just a dead hooker roach motel, a long ass drive, and a kick ass theme park.
Demonic presence eliminated. Lockdown disengaged.
And I fell. Any places I'd like to revisit? Hell yeah. Jamaica, number 1. I've been twice in my life. I went on spring break with my folks and my younger sisters when I was, I think I was a junior in high school. It was the first time I got drunk with my parents. I had been drunk only like once or twice before. They didn't know that, but they're Catholic. They don't really care. Which I guess is awful, but whatever. And then me and Donna went for our 10th anniversary. She'd never been, and we got a all-inclusive. Saved up for like 2 years to do it, and it was so fucking good. Like, we did nothing. we sat around and we drank and partook in more acceptable recreation, and did what couples do and went to the beach a few times and ate good food. And we did do like 2 of the tourist things. Jamaica has a bioluminescent lake, so the algae glows if the moon's out and whatnot. If you swim in it, it's awesome. So we did that, and it was badass. We've got some pictures from it, but they obviously they didn't turn out well. They just looked blurry with blue tints, but it was super cool. And then we did Dune River Falls, which I had done before previously with my folks, but it's awesome. It's a stair-step waterfall that you start off at the beach and you go all the way up, and it's just like pockets of perfectly clear, clean water. You can climb some rocks, into the next plateau, and so on and so forth until you get to the top. And it's just, I don't know. I really liked it, so we did it. But those are the only two. Those are the only 2 tourist things we did, yeah. Yeah, twice. So the rest of the time we were just chilling, because most of our trips, whenever we would do stuff, were very active. They're usually like theme park based, Disney, stuff like that. So this was different for us, and it was so nice just to be just chilling, and it was just the 2 of us, and like no stress. It was good. The second place I'd like to revisit is New York City, but that's because it's my just favorite fucking place in the country. Used to be New Orleans, but after Katrina, I don't know, the vibe was just so very different. But New York, love New York. We used to have to go every year in October, because Donna would have to cover Comic-Con for NYCC, and I would tag along because it was our anniversary, and then it became I would tag along because I was her photographer, and when she had stuff that only because she had like a had access to talent and whatnot, and they wouldn't need me, or she would have a professional camera crew or whatever with her, so I would just fuck off around town, and I mean I would literally just go get lost in New York. It was fucking great. So you're trying to look at the map. The secret on the top of the armor. I feel like I've probably missed one somewhere. I am actually a photographer in the sense that I own mid-range equipment and have a monochrome of skill. I would not ever pretend to be a truly talented photographer. I seem to have like a knack for it, but that's about as far as it goes. I definitely enjoy being behind the camera instead of in front of. So, I don't know, it just kind of fits well with me.
Demonic presence at unsafe.
So everything that I know about photography is self-taught. No formal training, no college courses, nothing like that. So lighting and equipment, and how to mic properly, and how to set up multi-mic interviews in a crowded, loud space, stuff like that. It's all done through experimentation, exploration, and just fuck it, do it live mentality. But I don't seem to suck at it. I've gotten positive comments back, but you always have to wonder if people are just kissing your ass because you're basically free. Because most of the time, like, they're already paying for her to come out anyway, so they would cover my plane ticket, and that was it. And the rest, like, we survived on her per diem, as far as food and whatnot. So they were getting almost a 2-for-1 special, and not having to supply her with a photographer or camera person. So it worked out in everybody's favor, and I act as her, I guess, purse manager, whatever you want to call it, stress relief. I try and make sure that she doesn't have to worry about the minutia, so that way she can just focus on the content and getting exclusives and being ready to be on camera, things like that. Because I mean, that takes a lot out of a person. Like, even for an extrovert like her, like, it takes a lot to be on. And so I like to try and be helpful. So it works out well. But I haven't got to do it this will be the second year that I've not got to do it. It's a little sad, but it's just, the journalism industry for entertainment is just in a fucking spiral lately. And not even lately, just for the past couple of years, it's been awful. And, con coverage isn't like what it used to be. And I guess that's to be expected, but, it keeps us from getting to go as often. And the cons always happen around important dates for us, so it's kind of a blessing and a curse. Like, New York Comic Con's our anniversary, and San Diego Comic Con's my fucking birthday every year. So, like, when we got to cover San Diego, it was awesome for me because, again, as the photographer, it took a lot of effort and work, but I could always hide behind my camera, so it wasn't so bad. And when I wasn't needed, I got to just tool around, take cosplay photos, shop in the artist alley, things like that. So, like, no real complaints. I loved it. San Diego was a really good birthday trip. We did it 3 times back to back, and it was very good. San Diego Comic Con is a fucking shit show, but it is really cool. And it's nerd mecca, so it was a bucket list item for me personally. So getting to do it on a professional level was just icing on the cake, I guess.
The road to hell is paved by Argent Energy.
We actually prefer Dragon Con though. Like, just as an all-in experience, it was way different. It was honestly a complete clusterfuck because, if you've never been to Dragon Con or know nothing about it, it's fucking like 6 hotels in downtown Atlanta, and it's got a just ravenous fan base that go annually. So they know, like, the carpet of the elevators, and like some of them cosplay as the carpet and upholstery of like the hotels and the elevators and stuff. So it's hilarious, but it's very meta in that sense. So it was really cool, but for newbies, the first time, well, we've only been once. it takes a little to get used to, like readjust. But the talent was so much more just relaxed and chill. They were so much more willing to talk to people just like openly. I don't know, it was just a way more easygoing in general. And then we've done some more local cons, and they're okay, but like nothing to write home about. Good prices on stuff usually. That's always a bonus. There's clearly. I wonder if I'm. That's what we haven't found the secret room. I bet that's this. There's gotta be a lever room here. What's the name of it? What map are we on? Argent Tower. Shit, I think I missed where the cell was. No, I got the cells. Okay. I'm missing an elite guard though. That might be on the next level. Which looks like it is. So this is good. Let's keep this going. What else you got? I'm enjoying this. Because I surprisingly have answers. It's someone else's turn. Yeah, Blue's asking all the questions. Come on, guys. What y'all got? Come on, AMA time. Ask me anything. Everybody's gone shy on us. That requires brain power, baby. She's mocking me, you guys. See the guard. Some armor. Should be the last of the secrets. Tell me about something else that's made you laugh as hard as throwing bodies into potted plants. I have to think about that, because I laugh often. I just... trying to think. Well, a laugh like that, it obviously a very sincere, and I had been drinking a little bit. I wasn't drunk, but I wasn't sober, so I was having a good time. And I don't like to plan that kind of stuff. Like, I know content creators are supposed to, I don't know, have stuff like that kind of in mind to get a laugh or be good for a clip or whatever. It's also my photography style. I prefer candid moments. They're just more honest. They mean more. Yeah, exactly. Pure silliness. Like, I just want to be absurd and ridiculous sometimes. And sometimes it happens and sometimes it doesn't. And when it does happen, it's fucking gold. In my opinion. So let me think. Notice how I laughed like that. And I really don't know. Like honestly, I probably wouldn't even remember the potted plant thing if we hadn't, you know, snipped it for a clip, just because. I don't know. I honestly, I do that kind of stupid random crap all the time, to the point where it's probably very annoying to the people that are around me and that I love. My wife, for instance. Like I'm a very, like I said, I'm a very private, stoic individual. But I guess I balance that out by having just these oddball moments that hopefully get a laugh out of somebody, even if it's just myself. I mean, I guess, you know, if we're going to go, like, I guess a little bit simpler, you know, I can remember some movies that have made me almost throw up from getting that kind of, like, full-bodied laugh out of me. Mystery Science Theater 3000, the movie, definitely up there on the list. Just like ugly laughter that lasts way too long, where like you lose breath and like you definitely think that you're gonna get sick. Big Trouble, if you've never seen that, fucking hilarious. I know Tim Allen's a little bit of a piece of shit, but I don't know. I guess if you can separate the artist from the art, like, he can be funny. Not Avengers humor. That's understandable. I mean, you know, it's not for everybody. No judgment here.
Welcome to the UAC, opening the gates of hell with the key to the future.
Well, I think I still missed 2 secrets. Motherfucker. Who's distracting the dogs? Ahsoka's behind me on my left, nestled into where I normally sit, and Corbin's staying cool in the kitchen on the floor. So actually, surprisingly, yeah, they're tuckered out. Donna had them outside for a while, and then they came inside and were loud, and then she put them back outside, and I guess they just burned it off. I'm not complaining. I wonder if there's any reason to go any further. I don't know where I would have missed the other secrets, though. Oh man, I wish you could zoom faster. Jesus Christ, it's awful. I can't even zoom down anymore.
This is not the end! It's only the beginning!
1. Category 4. Initial event content. 1, 2, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Still missed 2 secrets. And obviously, I've got the challenges to do still. Because I don't have to do any damn death from above in this map. I'll have to find that quad damage and then kill 15 demons. That means not kill anything and just kind of lure them over to the quad damage. Alright, let's call it a night on that. We went through 3 maps. I think we fully finished. What? Did I miss one in the foundry? Come on. We finished resource operations. We almost finished the foundry. Minus 2 challenges. A little bit of exploration. That's probably just the one secret. We finished all of the facility minus the 2 glory kills. And we got a large portion of the energy tower. So we'll pick it back up next time to do the Sanctum in Hell. I'm trying to figure out what makes. Yeah, no, I've actually enjoyed the AMA. I'm sorry you were the only one having to come up with questions. So I guess in a more like perfect situation, multiple people would be throwing questions out. So that way, like, you know, you weren't burdened with that whole thing. But I enjoyed it. Thank you for asking me questions. I appreciated it. I thought it was fun. I cannot promise that I will be on camera often or even ever again, but I have enjoyed it tonight, so we'll see. But I definitely prefer it when Donna's on camera. Mainly because I hate being on camera. But yeah, no, I think that's a good place. We'll cut it. The current plan is to do We Happy Few at some point tomorrow, both of us. Don't know when that'll start. We might go see Endgame again for a second run. So we'll kind of play it by ear, but that is the current plan. And then Sunday, I will probably do a little bit of poker nights again. Just a little chill, probably off camera though, and just, you know, just hang out a bit. Yeah, it's not about being afraid of popping in from time to time. I don't want to. I don't like being on camera. I don't look the part. I'm not fully comfortable. Like, I feel like most of the people that join us in chat are totally okay with us in general. But I don't know. I want to have fun doing this, and I really don't want anybody coming in chat and being an asshole. I deal with assholes all day long. I don't know. Weird to explain. But yeah, so hopefully, yeah, it is a little weird, um, especially for me. I again don't like don't like being in front of the camera, but it's not been bad actually. It's been cool. I've enjoyed getting to hang out tonight, so it's not been bad at all. But yeah, so tomorrow, hopefully we happy few. That is the plan. Try and stick to that plan. If the plan falls out, keep on Twitter. I'll update everybody, and we'll. Yeah, the asshole thing. Like honestly, like I haven't really gotten a lot of flack. Donna usually ends up getting a lot more flack from people than I do, which is weird. You would think. I mean, it's a little weird as far as like visibility, but it's not weird, I guess, considering your, unabashed abrasiveness and forwardness with people. You're my bitch. Well, not like that, I guess. It's supposed to sound sweet. But yeah, no, she gets a lot of hate. Large part to do with the fact that she's female. So dudes will often, pull the whole like, actually, or the whole fake gamer, fake geek, fake comic fan, all that shit. It's like, whatever. I could go in on that for hours. Me and Blue were talking. I've been told to let you guys go.
I'm setting them free. I'm rescuing them.
She's banning me from you guys.
That's not what I said.
You're not here. You can't say anything. All right. Yeah. Blue said we are having a conversation, Donna. Thank you. But yeah, no. So she gets a lot more shit than I do, but I guess I'm a little bit more sensitive to it. I don't know. I generally don't care what people think of me, but it's a little bit different to be, I don't know, gender fluid, androgynous, whatever. When like I don't try and mask my voice. Like I obviously have a very deep voice. I don't usually go like super femme to try and like blend or anything. Yeah, see, I don't get it. Like the short hair thing, like it's whatever. I don't know. People are just assholes. So we've thankfully we've avoided most assholes on Twitch, but it is a fear because obviously if we get bigger and we get a bit more popular, whatever, the likelihood that they'll trickle in is high, especially considering that Donna does not have. She has a fantastic fan base, but she also has a hater base, and they follow her around a bit, and like to the point where the reason that we have two big dogs and cameras and keep the doors closed and locked, etc., in a large part is because of a lot of the threats that she's gotten. So it's fucked up. I don't have much of an online presence. It's honestly I have more of an online presence within the last like few months than I have had my entire life. So I've been able to avoid a lot of that, and I don't tend to get involved in her fights because she's fully capable of fucking handling herself. And I feel like it would be demeaning to like, I don't know, step in. People take it weird. I don't know. It's complicated. So yeah, so far it's been good here, and everybody's been very cool, and it's been very chill, and I hope it stays that way. And we'll be quick to kick and ban people that come in here to be jackasses to obviously not just us, but like anybody in chat. We're not about that crap, and we're not going to tolerate it. So, But I'm out. I've enjoyed talking with you. I do appreciate it. I've had a lot of fun tonight. I was super nervous about being on camera and streaming without Donna, but it's been good. It's been less good than if she had joined, but I'm happy to have been able to step in and give her kind of a breather because she's earned it and fucking deserves it. So again, had a lot of fun. Hopefully see you guys tomorrow. Hit me up in Discord, hit me up on Twitter, whatever. Follow us if you haven't already, blah, 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 all the normal stuff. Thanks again. I'm out.